Welcome to the Master Info Week of the Università della Svizzera italiana. For the whole week, you will find useful resources such as a welcome from our rector, Professor Boas Erez, a campus tour, testimonials from both current students and alumni, and an overview of USI's graduates placement opportunities. You can watch a brief description of our student services and a useful tutorial on how to fill the online application form. Now, you're about to attend a thorough presentation of the master structure and contents. You can ask us any question, academic or administrative related, through the chat below this video or through the form at the bottom of the page. After the presentation, we will answer all your questions during a live session with the director of the program. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello, my name is Mark Lang-Heinrich, and together with my colleagues Fernando Bedone and Eric Novak, I direct the Interdisciplinary Master in Financial Technology and Computing, or FinTech for short. What is this all about? FinTech revolutionizes the entire way we do banking, including, for example, the customer experience. A few years back, this is how one did banking, in person, in a physical branch office. Fast forward to today, and this is how the same experience looks like for millennials. Today, if you want to do banking, you just go and open up your phone. This is why so-called neobanks have begun signing up customers by the thousands. Here are just 3 of more than a dozen neobanks that have recently begun shaking up traditional banking with their mobile app-only approach. In a special issue on banking, last year's Economist pointed out the huge changes afoot in the banking sector, as well as the huge sums being invested to digitize banking. They write, the biggest 4 American banks are spending a total of over $25 billion a year on perfecting better customer applications and learning to mine data more cleverly. Venture capital firms invest an additional $37 billion in upstart financial firms last year. Clearly, IT is revolutionizing the financial services industry. But this digital disruption isn't just about mobile banking and payments. It's also about creating entirely novel digital currencies, such as Bitcoin. It's about changing the way we predict markets for financial investments using big data. It even threatens to completely take out banks as a place for getting loans by connecting lenders directly to borrowers. Now, to make this happen, there's a growing need to have IT experts that come with a strong finance background, as well as targeted IT skills, such as security, distributed systems, machine learning, data analytics, and high-performance computing. USI's Financial Technology and Computing Master is the only program in Europe specifically targeting informatics graduates. Typical FinTech programs are run by business schools and thus offer only basic IT training. In contrast, our program offers advanced IT skills relevant for FinTech, as well as comprehensive education in finance. Switzerland is also a natural place to do FinTech, not only because its long-standing expertise in banking, but also because it's become a worldwide hub for FinTech innovation. Last year, there were over 300 FinTech startups alone, and many of these go way beyond the prototypical blockchain outfit. Last but not least, our program is endorsed by the Swiss Finance Institute, which offers not only excellent network opportunities, but also gives a strong international brand value to our graduates. As an example, here's a quote from Avaloq, a FinTech unicorn, about our program. For Avaloq as a FinTech company, this program's mix of finance and IT is exactly what we're looking for. We need graduates who have a solid understanding in both areas and can then deepen it in their working careers. So, what does the program look like? Here's a bird's-eye view of the program. In the first year, we have 60 ECTS of foundational courses, equally split between finance and informatics. There's also an overlap of courses that touch upon both subjects, finance and informatics. Let's call them FinTech courses. Here's the list of courses. We have financial econometrics, intermediation, investments, risk management on the finance side, distributed systems, high-performance computing, information security, and software quality on the informatics side. And the FinTech courses, data analytics for finance, blockchains and digital currencies, and trading in market microstructures. In the second year, students have the ability to tailor the program to their individual interests. In addition to 18 ECTF of core courses, students can choose from a wide range of electives and of course complete a semester-long thesis project. Electives allow one to set an individual focus, for example on mobile banking. Here are some examples of different areas in FinTech that one could focus on. Apart from mobile banking, one could focus on algorithmic trading, FinTech startup, insurance products, or even crowdsourced financing. The thesis offers two options, research or applied, which means they're either hosted by a university research group or by a local FinTech company. Here are some examples of recent theses that our students completed. Irene, Luca, Umberto, and Gianmarco graduated last year. Irene did a research thesis on performance of multi-partition commands based on the Data Plane Development Kit, or DBTK. Basically, Irene tried to improve the performance and reliability of replicated web service. This is a technique that allows services to continue functioning even if a particular server fails. That's a key requirement for online financial services, but of course this also applies for other services such as YouTube or Netflix. Irene designed, implemented, and evaluated a novel protocol to remove bottlenecks in a well-known approach to server replication. Another example comes from Luca, who also did a research thesis titled Learning Jump Box Jenkins Models for Financial Time Series Clustering. His work was basically about evaluating a novel stochastic model to forecast financial markets. Forecasting based on past data is key not only for financial investments, but also for policymaking. These novel jump box Jenkins models shown promise in a range of tasks, but haven't yet been applied to financial data. And so the question was, how well do they work in finance? Luca provided the first insight on how these new models could be applied to stock market forecasting. The other two examples come from applied theses. Umberto did a thesis together with a cybercrime group of a Big Four accounting company titled Designing a Third-Party Risk Management Solution to Maximize User Experience. His task was to improve the usability for the company's novel risk management tool suite, a suite that clients use in-house to assess the risk of potential new customers. That's a legal requirement in many banking sectors. Umberto conducted expert interviews, established tool requirements, designed interfaces, and finally tested them with end users. And finally, Gianmarco worked with a blockchain startup with the title Blockchain Bar Gossip, which stands for Byzantine Altruistic Rational Model. This is a way to describe the behavior of all actors in a system. Blockchains use these protocols to exchange information, but they're slow. And so faster and more reliable versions of these gossip protocols would greatly increase the usefulness of blockchains. So together with the startup, Gianmarco designed and implemented a novel gossip protocol for blockchains and simulated how its use would improve the company product. So, what does it take to get admitted? As I said before, this is a program specifically targeting Informatics graduates, so you need a bachelor degree in Informatics or similar, such as engineering or physics. Applicants with other degrees may be admitted on a case-by-case basis. If you're unsure, contact us and we can take a look at your background. Contact information is at the end of this presentation. This is an all-English master program, so you need to have a C1 or advanced level certificate. Alternatively, if your bachelor degree was taught in English or your native speaker, that also works. The box below lists some popular language certificates which this level would translate into. Alternatively, if you have a B2 level certificate, you may be admitted, but you'll have to complete your C1 certification by the end of the degree program. Important deadlines are 31st of August if you're interested in applying. If you need a visa, you have to already apply by May 31st in a month from now. If you're interested in a scholarship, which you definitely should consider, you have to apply by July 31st. All applications are done online at applications.lu.uzi.ch. If you want to learn more, please visit our website at www.mft.uzi.ch or simply contact us. The Study Advisory Service is interested to hear from you. You can contact them by email or just call them. Alternatively, feel free to reach out to me for specific questions about program contents or how your CV would work for admission. I'm looking forward to receiving your application and welcome you to Lugano. Thanks for watching.
And welcome back. Thanks for watching this presentation of the Master of Science in Financial Technology and Computing. Now we will have a Q&A session live with the co-director of the program, Professor Mark Langheinrich. Good afternoon, Mark. A couple of more questions from the chat. One from Sylvia, who asks, good afternoon. Are applications considered and accepted on a rolling basis, is the question. Yes, they are. Definitely.
Totally. I mean, you can always contact me at any time, for sure.
Yes, they are handled on a rolling basis. Applications are open and will be open until the end of May if you are a non-EU citizen and you need a visa to enter Switzerland, or up to the end of August if you are a EU citizen or a Swiss citizen, of course. So you don't need a visa. You can apply until the end of August, and the sooner you apply, the sooner you will get an answer on your eligibility and your admission. Again, from Leo, is it possible to join the program with a Bachelor in Applied Mathematics?
I would say the same answer as I gave before with an economics bachelor. Yes, it depends on your CV. I would say just contact me, and we look at your CV directly, and then I can give you a reply. But if you have some interest in computer science, even if you don't have really a degree, a formal one, then usually you can recover some of the core courses using the debits, and then you can enroll in the program.
Okay. Okay, two more questions. Joao is asking, if you do an internship in a company, if I do an internship in a company, can I get it counted towards the master? So does it give ECTS, basically, is the question.
The short answer is no. There's no internship course or module in that master program. However, we do encourage people, of course, to do internships over the summer. And many of our students have done this in the past.
Okay. Another one from Stefano. There are some economic helps for an Italian student. So this is for me. We do offer some grants. They are one-off grants of the amount of 4,000 Swiss francs. We have 60 in total of these grants, and they are split 20 for students that got their bachelor degree in a Swiss university, 20 for students who got it in an Italian university, and the other 20 for students who got it from another country, neither Switzerland nor Italy. These are the grants that the university is giving. They are, as I told you, one-off, and they cover basically the tuition fee of the second semester. So you must enroll, pay the first semester, and if you got the grants, you will not pay the second one. In order to get this grant, you must apply before the end of July, and the only requirement for these grants is the final grade that you've got on your bachelor degree. So you must have finished your degree by the end of July. Otherwise, you will not be eligible for this grant. Of course, there are others, some offered by private foundations. We have links and there are scholarships from the state, from the canton here. And please, if you are from abroad, check with your country, with your home country, whether they have scholarships for students who want to study abroad. Those are not in our power, but please check, because many countries have those. Then the Faculty of Informatics has 5 specific scholarships for master students. And in this case, they are distributed among all the masters of the faculty. And these 5 scholarships are scholarships that covers the entire first year. So they are worth 8,000 Swiss francs if you are from abroad, because that's the tuition. And they are renewable for the second year according to your academic grade at the end of the first year. If you keep your grades above 8 out of 10, which is our grading system, you will keep your scholarship. You will find all these details on Uzi's website on the tuition and scholarship section of each website. Okay, two more questions. Sylvia, who already asked one and is thanking us for the answer, but there's another question. What has been said before for bachelor graduates in economics? As I am graduating in finance, do you suggest to send also an international test like GMAT or GRE to support my application? I can answer this as well, and then if Mark has something to add. GRE and GMAT are not compulsory for students that got their degree in European university. I don't know where Sylvia is from, but in case she got a bachelor degree from outside Europe, she must attach either a GRE or a GMAT in order to apply to the master in finance only, which is not the case. So if you already have a GRE or a GMAT, attach it to your application, and it will be evaluated and taken into consideration, but there is not a mandatory attachment. So if you are planning to do this just for this application, it's not needed. Then Joao again is asking, are there internships in the Faculty of Informatics for summer? In the faculty in general, yes, but for maybe specifically for this master, Mark can say something?
There are no specific internships for the summer, again, because there's no internship module in the curriculum. However, we do have a faculty internship program, and of course there's always interest also by companies. We do have a lot of connections to companies, both from the computer science, from the informatics faculty, as well as by virtue of collaborating with the finance institute here. And so there's definitely a lot of exchange. There's regular talks from companies coming to campus, and so there's ample opportunity to get in touch with companies and arrange internships with them. For example, over the summer, there's definitely a relatively strong FinTech scene also around Lugano, and interest by companies in having our students.
Okay, thanks. Again, Leo is asking a question in Italian. I will translate this for this session. He's saying that it's a B2 English certificate is needed for the application, and he's asking whether we accept certificates given by Italian universities, or better by his own university, and not an external exam. We actually do not accept those kind of certification. We used to in the past, but we discovered that they are not always, they do not always show the real level of every student. So we've had experience where in the same class we had students that claimed the same level of English competence, but they actually did not. And the only way for us as a university to assess whether the level is good enough to attend proficiently classes is by relying on external examinations. So you must have either a TOEFL, an IELTS, or a Cambridge certificate. All the scorings are listed on the website, and they've been shown during the presentation before. You should have this. With this year, we've had the situation with the coronavirus, so we moved some of the deadlines a little bit further. And for the English certificate, it's the same. In a regular year, you should apply and show us that you got the right grade before, at the latest, before the beginning of the academic year, so by mid-September. During the application process, the field where you must attach the English certificate is mandatory. If you don't have one, what you can do is attach a document written by you and saved in PDF format, where you say when you're planning to take the exam that we are asking. So exams now are put on hold indefinitely, at least now we don't know when they will resume. So you have time to show us your level until the end of the year, of the calendar, so until the end of December. Another question by Sylvia. Is it possible to be admitted for next year even if my graduation session is in October 2020? Exams finished by September 2020. Yes, it actually is. You can apply now even if you don't have your bachelor degree yet. And the general rule is that master applicants must actually finish their exams, their bachelor exams, before the beginning of the semester of the academic year, which will be again on September 14th this year. And they must get their bachelor degree by the end of the year because of coronavirus again. So you are perfectly on time with all the exams finished by September and your graduation session in October. You can apply and you will be starting, in case you're admitted, in mid-September. And you can, of course, leave classes and attend your graduation ceremony for one day without a problem. Okay, let me check whether we've got some questions through the form as well, besides the chat. We have one question through the web form, which is from Andy, and he said, are the banking sector the main job sector, or am I able to, or will I be able to apply for computer science related jobs as well with this master degree?
Yeah, definitely. So at the end of the day, this is a computer science degree, informatics degree, awarded by informatics faculty, interdisciplinary, but still an informatics degree. And so you can still decide to, do all the fun things that you would do if you just get a regular informatics degree. Note that some of our students that finished last year, the first batch, they work as data analysts. For example, Irene, you might have seen her testimonial. She does not work in a bank. It's a data analytics outfit as a data scientist. So it's totally fine to work also in different sectors. In fact, banks aren't the only one that are interested in FinTech. You have a wide variety of companies that are interested in FinTech graduates. There are definitely banks, but there are also financial service providers that are not necessarily banks, but they provide banking as a service. Then, of course, you have startups that are trying to shake up traditionally banks. You have insurance sector. You have trading outfits, and so there's a wide variety of companies that would be interested in hiring a FinTech graduate, even though they're not necessarily bank, nor would you have to work with them. You could just become a programmer or a project manager. So it's still very much open because you have a full informatics degree.
Okay, I think we answered all the questions we received. Thank you for attending this session. Of course, you can keep sending us questions. The chat will be disabled at the end of this live session, but the web form at the bottom of the page will be on for at least the entire week and maybe beyond that. So keep posting your questions. We will answer, either me and my colleagues from the Study Advisory Service or Professor Langheinrich if it's something that is academic related. I hope that we solved and we answered to many doubts and many questions that you had. This session has been very thorough. We hope to see you here in Lugano next September. I thank Professor Langheinrich for his help.
You're welcome.
And his kindness. So this is a wrap-up. Again, I hope to see you next year here in Lugano. Thanks and goodbye.
Bye.